Okay. Well, we are here again for, and since this does get recorded, everything that we say right now is going to be on YouTube later. So we no cursing or anything like that in the beginning. We This is the Roy Harris. This is the Training and Marketing Tools Thursday night webinar, and my associate, business partner, John Smiley. I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over to him because he's got to leave pretty quick, and we were going to talk about affiliate marketing tonight, and then about so there's two parts of to me it's two parts of marketing, and you've got to find a product, and then you've got to find a way to sell the products. So John's going to teach you about traffic and the how you can move your products. So go ahead, John.
Great. Thanks, Roy. It's good to be here. Hope everyone had a great week. I'm enjoying this. Last week we had a lot of good questions and gave a lot of good information out. Tonight I'm going to talk about traffic generation as it's related to affiliate marketing and internet marketing in general. It is the most important thing. If it's sometimes the old saying, if they build it, they will come. Well, sometimes they will, and sometimes you have to go and encourage them to come. You have to go out and find them and beat the streets, the digital streets. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to share my screen with you. And Roy, just want to make sure y'all can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Just speak
Okay.
up. You're a little
Can
bit
you see
soft.
the PowerPoint? I mean, the mind map.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, great. So tonight we're going to talk about traffic generation, and basically there are seven, in my opinion, seven ways or channels that you can use to drive traffic to your website. So you've got this great offer and a lead capture page or an offer page or just a general website. And the first way is the traditional organic search. This otherwise a lot of people call this free traffic. Basically, organic search is when you use the search engines. And the top five search engines are Google, Bing, Yahoo, Ask.com, and AOL. And if you can optimize your web pages for keywords and do keyword research and find out what keywords are important for your visitors, then you can do very well. And you need to learn about buyer keywords. For instance, if somebody's looking to go on vacation and they look up and they want to go to Madrid, Spain, and look up Madrid, Spain. Well, that's just like the beginning phases of doing research. They're not necessarily serious about making a purchase at that time. But when they start searching for airfare to Madrid, that's they're looking for words that are related to buying a product. So not all keywords are created equal, but it's better to rank for some key. It is good to rank for keywords when you can. But Google still gets about 70 to 80% of all search traffic. They're the big G. They're the ones that created the space, more or less, or dominated the space. Bing is Microsoft's entry into, and there's a whole different. And the interesting thing is you can optimize your web pages for Google, or you can optimize them for Bing. Yahoo is a different animal in that they will index pages. However, it's more of a directory, and they charge a fee if you want to be listed in their directory or for advanced placement in their directory. But they do provide results that are organic. Ask.com and AOL both have really seen a fall off in their search channels at the end of 2013. It just really has started to tail off, and that has something to do with something I'm gonna get into a little bit later in the presentation, which is the social network effect, because people are starting to turn to social networks when they're searching for goods and services, looking for recommendations, uh, restaurants, uh, hotels, doctors, dentists, because uh, there's just people are wanting to get information, but we have the web is now a two-way communication device, or a three-way almost. Uh, it's just so, but organic search is going to be here for a long time, and it's not going anywhere. Added into organic search is mobile search, where you would show up on mobile devices. Again, then you have to make sure that your pages are optimized to be displayed on a mobile device. So from there, I'm going to go to talking about using other people's traffic. And what that means, people or other websites. One of the best ways to get traffic to your website is by doing something called guest blogging. So why don't you start blogging? If you're blogging, if you've got a website and you're blogging, and I do a little blogging, and I try to put out one article a week. But now what I could do is now that I've built a little bit of a history of blogging, I can go to other websites that are in the same space that I am, other blogs, and offer to write a article or a post for their website. The advantage of this is that I get to put a resource box in the article that links back to my web page or to the page that I want to drive traffic to. And it just, again, it's making me out to be the authority, and it helps to drive traffic. And if I'm promoting an affiliate product, for instance, I'm promoting a weight loss product, which is an evergreen product. People are constantly, looking to lose weight, and it's never going away. They're either looking to lose weight or gain weight. But if I'm promoting a weight loss product, and I've got a weight loss blog, or if I'm talking about my own journey, which is even better, on losing weight or maintaining a weight, when I go post an article, what I might do is I might write a guest post on another website as a guest, talking about a product that's helped me, or a review of a product, and that in that review I'm allowed to have a link to the product, and if someone clicks on that link and buys it, then I get paid a commission. Another way of using this is article marketing, using the article marketing traffic, and where again you write articles, and they have directories like eZine directory, uh, and go to articles where you can write articles, post them, and then websites that need content, they come and they grab the content that you posted, and then they post it on their blog or their website, and in exchange for that, they are supposed to give you a link back to your website. So the advantage of these guest blogging and article marketing is that you get traffic from those people's blogs, but then you also are starting to you're creating some natural search engine optimization where you're linking, and so you're starting to make your site look very important to Google and Bing. And if you do it in a natural way and you don't try to spam the system, you can be rewarded richly for it. Another type of other people's traffic is solo ads. They have people out there that have generated and created large lists of people segmented out in all manner of different demographics and interest, and you can buy solo ads where they guarantee you that you will get 100 clicks, and you may have to pay 50 cents a click or $1 a click. But if you know your conversion, and that's a whole other topic, but if you know what your conversions are, that can be very profitable to just buy, the traffic, the solo ad traffic. So that's, but you're using other people's lists in that case. The next area is, and the reason why Google makes so much money, it's paid search. It's also called pay-per-click, PPC, AdWords. Google started the AdWords program from the beginning, and that's what enabled them to become the billion-dollar company that they are. And what AdWords are, when you're searching on Google, normally on the right-hand side of your screen is a drop-down box of smaller ads, and those are ads that people have paid to be placed there. Basically, instead of spending their time and money on organic search, they say we'd rather spend our time and our money, especially, on buying the placement. And then we can write the ad the way that we want it to write and entice people to click. And then when they click on it, you only pay for the traffic if the person clicks on the ad. And in a previous life, I managed a pharmaceutical company's pay-per-click advertising campaigns for them, and at the time we did strictly AdWords and Yahoo paid advertising, and we were spending $20,000 to $25,000 a month, but we were doing about 20 million in volume a year. So as well, the return on investment was phenomenal from paid search. Facebook has now gotten into the paid search business. You can buy clicks. The other thing you can do in paid search is you can buy clicks or impressions. And impressions are used when you want to build your brand awareness, and clicks are when you're wanting to pay for specific traffic. Clicks can cost as little as a nickel, but they can cost as much as $500, depending on, and that sounds like a lot of money, but that is especially true in things like cosmetic surgery, litigation, DUI attorneys. Those are high value customers, and when someone's not searching for a DUI lawyer unless they have a need for a DUI lawyer. And when they do have a need for a DUI lawyer, they're very specific, and they need that right away. So that's a very cost-effective way for attorneys to find clients. They may spend $1,000 or $2,000 to get a client, but they're going to get $3,000 to $10,000 in return. So the ROI can be phenomenal. Another part of paid search is what's called display ads. These are basically banners, but it's all kinds of different sizes and shapes of banners. Banners show up everywhere. You see them, and they've really become very popular. And what people generally do with display ads is they'll create a set of display ads that all have the same look and feel, but they're just different dimensions. But then they'll deploy those so that they show up everywhere in the various sizes. And again, that's a good way to build brand awareness. You can use it to drive clicks. Obviously, you want to drive clicks, but the display ads are a great brand awareness building, so that when people are searching for your services, then they'll see that you'll become top of mind. Now, part of paid search is something called retargeting, and retargeting is using a combination of visitors that you have existing to your website, and then in conjunction with that, you're retargeting them. So you put a tracking pixel or cookie on your website, and when someone visits your website, when they open up your site in their web browser, the browser gets a cookie, is tagged as having been there before, been to your website. And where retargeting comes in is later on, when that person is visiting their favorite website, which might be CNN.com or MSNBC or Fox or whatever. I'm not a proponent of any of them, but your ad will then show up on those websites. That's how people get onto these major media sites, websites, is through these retargeting pixels. Google figured out that they can they can sell placements onto their website, that they have so much inventory that they can also do retargeting. And one of the first things that every internet marketer learns is that it generally takes 7 to 10 impressions before you make a sale. So you've got somebody comes to your website, they leave your website, they haven't bought, then they go on their business and they go to ESPN, and lo and behold, there's your display ad showing up. And it can be for a 7-day cookie, or it could be a 30-day cookie, depending. And it's like become super, very highly effective use of advertising is this retargeting. And you can buy with retargeting, you generally buy impressions and not clicks, because you can just say I want 1,000 or 10,000 impressions, and generally you'll come out better than when you're buying clicks. But again, you need to keep track of your analytics. When you're all of your traffic generation, you really need to keep up with what you're marketing, or how you're marketing, what your results are. Earlier I mentioned that one of the things that's really become a key traffic generator for a lot of businesses, small, medium, large, independent operators, affiliate marketers, are social networks. And I've listed a few here. They're the main ones, in my opinion: Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, Pinterest, Instagram. I don't have MySpace down there, but that may still work for bands. But all of these platforms have paid advertising opportunities. They also are something on Facebook, for instance. People will post up. I see this more and more. I'm going to be in New Orleans next week. What restaurant do you recommend? I need a new roof. I have a hole in my roof. I need a new roofer. Does anybody recommend a roofer? And so people are asking questions and they're getting feedback, and they will trust the recommendation of a friend or someone that they know on Facebook. And friend is kind of a loose term on some of these social networks, before they'll trust the web copy that you've written. Or you can have a crummy website, but if you're getting a lot of recommendations from people, you're going to still get the business. I recommend having the best website you can possibly have, coupled with the best recommendations, and you can really benefit a lot from social networks. Twitter now, you can post pictures, you can post links. Again, you have 140 characters on Twitter, but you can drive traffic to a landing page to capture their lead, to get their list, to get their name on your list. Because generally, if you're in affiliate marketing, if you're promoting in a niche. For instance, I have an interest in public speaking, so products that I promote are involved around the public speaking niche, or how to be a better speaker, how to give better presentations, how to write a speech. So I find products. When I find products that I can promote to that niche, I don't want to have to find every time go and find a new list. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll set up a landing page, capture, and I have it segmented that this is a list of people who are interested in public speaking. So then when I send out my email marketing, I can use that list segmented out. LinkedIn, last week we talked about the importance of having a spiffed up and up-to-date LinkedIn profile. There's so much business there. Even for affiliate marketing, you're allowed to post updates. You can give reviews. There are certain things that you probably can't sell anything and everything on LinkedIn, but they find products that fit a market that you're targeting. And if you give an honest review, and sometimes it's like that idea of giving to get. First comes the giving, then comes the getting. It's getting them to know who you are. Then and people buy from people they know, and they buy more from people they like, and they buy everything from people they know, like, and trust. So that's the kind of the pyramid that you want to go for. Google Plus, that's that's Google's Facebook, but it's growing in popularity, and because Google Plus is owned by Google, if you do a good job of sharing there, they're going to reward you for being their good friend. So there is some advantages to using Google Plus, even if you think it's not that big of a network. Pinterest and Instagram, those are visual social networks where they're mostly sharing pictures, but it's really popular. People share recipes, so you can think of affiliate products and marketing that would be related to cooking and food, diet, exercise. It's just, so social networks are kind of, they're filling in, and they continue to grow, and who knows what'll happen in 5 years uh, with with it. It's like video is very popular, and you can share video on all of these platforms, uh, and that's another great traffic generator. I haven't even mentioned uh, video for YouTube, but that's definitely something to think about. Now, face-to-face prospecting is fun, and it's a good way to generate traffic to your website. You can host a meetup group on meetup.com and do offline meetings where you meet and you can share your information. And again, come up with you can do a meetup group for anything. You can do, if you have an interest in, I have a friend who she has an interest in energy work and Reiki. And she has a meetup group, and she gets together and they talk about energy and healing. And she drives people to her website where she sells essential oils, and that she's an affiliate of a company. So it's a long way to go, but it works. And she actually makes money off of the meetup because everybody pays her $10 or $15 to attend the meetup every week, and it doesn't cost her anything to hold a meeting. Chambers of Commerce, again, I've been traveling a little bit this week, and I was in some small town chambers of commerce, and these people are very open. A big city like Seattle is bombarded. That's the big fit. That's the big dog. Everybody wants to sell to the Chamber of Commerce, or to they want to be in the good graces of the Seattle Chamber of Commerce. But if you're talking about the Chamber of Commerce of Aberdeen, Washington, well, nobody calls them. So you call them, and they are open to hear what you have to say, and you can drive traffic to your website that way. And that's you start to get to know them, and it's just a great, I think I highly recommend it. Webinars, that's what we're doing here. Roy and I, thought about this and realized that, we wanted to give back. We wanted to share information. We wanted to try to help people become better marketers, and not, have a bunch of hype. This is, some of it's basic information, but we will dive into deeper information as people ask questions and as people are interested in learning more that we have to offer. A couple other ways, podcasting. I did a podcast on Facebook and Twitter for business back in 2010, and I only did 5 or 6 episodes, and life got in the way, and life changed, and I stopped doing them. But I only put up 6 episodes, but to this day I still get anywhere from 20 to 100 downloads a day of this podcast. It's on iTunes. You can look it up. I kick myself that I didn't continue it, but it's going to be coming back sometime later this spring. I am going to get back into it because, again, it's evergreen, it's permanent. People are looking for data. It's a way to share information, and the idea of adding a link and saying visit. If you enjoyed this podcast, it was sponsored by AskJohnSmiley.com. Visit for a free report on Facebook marketing or Twitter marketing. And what I was doing was I was interviewing other people who were using Facebook and Twitter for their marketing efforts. But it can be on anything. It can be on, if you like comics, you can do a podcast on comics. If you are a fan of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, you can do a podcast on Napoleon Hill. You can do a podcast on anything. Another thing I've heard people doing is they're actually doing podcasts about their local community and getting exposure that way. So it's really good. Another way to get traffic is lead groups, and these are people where you trade leads, and it's like, oh, you just find out everybody has to have everybody, will tell the other members of the lead group what kind of leads they're looking for, and what they're looking for. And the reason why you have to be specific, because if you just say, I look for people who are homeowners, well, that's not a good lead if you're a roofer. You're looking, you're good for a roofer. A good uh, prospect is someone who's been in their home for 20 years and needs a new roof. Has a leak. So when you hear somebody say, God, my roof has been leaking and I just don't know what to do about it, because you've heard that Joe, that's an ideal prospect, I need to put you in touch with. So, you know, it's driving traffic to your website. Civic groups, if you get involved with civic groups, you can drive traffic by just, you're doing, everybody's there. It's not a networking group for business. It's doing a civic duty. It's like cleaning up the park. But the people that you meet in those instances generally, by and large, are people who you want to do business with anyway, because they're good people. They're giving back to the community. You're giving back to the community. It's just good karma. Church, if you're a churchgoer, that can be a good place to meet people. People like to help people that are involved in their church. Fraternal organizations up here, I live in Seattle, there's an organization, the FOE, the Fraternal Order of Eagles, and I may not get a lot of business out of it, but it's another point of contact. I'm already doing it as a part of my daily life, so why not use it to help generate more business? And the number one way to grow your business and to get more traffic is through referrals from existing clients and from prospective clients. With existing clients, you do work for a salon, a hair salon, and I ask them, once a quarter we have a meeting. I say, oh, do you know anybody that could use my services? I've been doing a good job. Who would you recommend that I talk to? And would you send them an email from you recommending my services? If it comes from the salon owner, it's a lot more likely to her friends that are own their business, and it's more likely to be open and acted on than if it comes from me as a cold email. Although if I send a cold email and I say, Cindy recommended that, I was talking with Cindy the other day and she recommended that I call you, would you please visit my website? And because I have products that I'm an affiliate for, that I can, make money. Prospective clients. Now, this is how most insurance agents build their business: is whether they're selling the person they're sitting with a policy or not. They always, at a minimum, if they don't get it to buy a policy, at a minimum they get 1 to 3 names of people that they can call. And then when they call those people, they say that they were just talking. I was just talking with Joe Bob, and Joe Bob about his life insurance policies and his planning for his future, and he said that you might be somebody that I should talk to. Well, again, it's giving you the ability to grow your credibility. And there are courses and websites and all manner. I just blew through 30 minutes of a dozen, 2 dozen ways that you can drive traffic. What you need to do is you need to figure out what works for you, and you need to get a plan together and just figure it out. And we might have put the cart before the horse, but because we're always going to talk about affiliate marketing a little bit more. I was focusing on the traffic generation, but anybody can do this. And you may find that you have an affinity for SEO, or you may like it. On the other hand, you may have more money than time, so you'll want to do paid search. The good news is you can outsource all of this work. You can pay people to do set up the traffic generation systems for you, and then you're a project manager. So if you have project management skills, there's no reason why you can keep your job um, and not have to worry about it. So I'm gonna let's see. Uh, I want to stop sharing. Yeah. Have I stopped sharing?
Yes, you stopped sharing.
All right. So it's I I know that I just kind of out, but I love this stuff, and I'd love to answer any questions that anyone has. You can email me at john at jsmiley.com, or you can visit my website askjohnsmiley.com, and I'm happy to help. I love to give. I love to get, but I love helping people as well. And so I've been around. I've been online for 20 years, I guess. I think we figured that out last time. So I've been around a long time. I have some other, there's just a lot to do. So thank you for listening, and I'm going to turn it back over to Roy at this time.
Okay, thanks, John. I appreciate that you. I know you had prior commitment tonight, but I'm really glad that you were able to come on and share your knowledge with everybody. And just want to let everybody know that we'll go deeper into these different types of traffic systems as we, go on these, about these webcasts or these webinars, and just let us know which ones you'd like to hear more about, and we will be happy to delve into as deep as you want to go into a traffic source. But traffic has always been it's like it's this magic thing that oh, if I only had traffic, I could be rich. Traffic is really pretty easy if you just know a few things. First of all, you don't want to do it all at one time. Do one thing. Even if you're going to outsource it, this is a mistake I made early on. Is I went and outsourced. I got somebody to do social media and somebody to do the solo ads, and I outsourced it all, and I ended up just spending a lot of money because I didn't keep a handle on any of it, and I was in so many different areas that I was I couldn't keep track, and I didn't know what people were doing. So it really pays you to learn it yourself, then go out and outsource it, then learn another one, and then you go outsource it. Fiverr is your friend, but not everyone on Fiverr is as good as they say they are. So you've got to be really careful. Never spend very much money ever. You want to, if you can get a free trial of something, or if you're going on Fiverr, have them do a little job, and then you can build up from there. But you've really got to understand this yourself. The key, and this is, all the leaders will tell you this, all the real gurus will tell you this, that you really have to learn something. You can't just push a button. I know everybody wants the magic button. It's like, easy button. No, there's no easy button to the internet. And this is how people make a lot of money, is by selling you easy buttons. But John and I are here to tell you, there are no easy buttons.
There are no easy buttons. I got to run, guys. So I'll see y'all next week. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks a lot, John. And we will be back next week, everybody. So every Thursday, be here, and we'll, so we just covered traffic. So let's, we're going to do affiliate marketing. So you know, the granddaddy of affiliate marketing. I got to share my screen first. The granddaddy of affiliate marketing is ClickBank. And I hope everybody can see this, but okay. So now ClickBank is the you know, it's been around a long time. There are a lot of ways you can get affiliate products. So this is why affiliate marketing is so popular, is because people think it doesn't really cost anything, because you don't have to create your own product. You don't have to have a website. And all you have to do is go to ClickBank and say, hey, what's the, you know, the coolest thing out there? And so you go along and let's look, okay, arts and entertainment. Now we're sorting by popularity, high to low. And so the other things you could sort on are the average, you know, dollar per sale, the initial dollar per sale, average dollar per sale, rebill, average rebill, and gravity. Okay. So what you're looking for is, it's really handy if you get a niche that you like, but it's not critical. It just, maybe it's something you'd be more interested in. So some of the things you want to look for, and we'll just take this for this first one here. Okay, so superior singing method online singing course. Okay, I don't know. Is there a lot of people who want to learn how to sing? Maybe, but let's look a little deeper and see. So high quality vocal improvement products with high conversions. Online singing lessons course converts like crazy using content-packed sales video. You make 75% on the sale, including front end and recurring, and one-click upsell. Okay, so right off, that's something you really want to look at. You want to look at how much you're going to make. Okay, this is pays 75% on every front end sale, and you have a recurring product or recurring income that you can make from it, and it has a upsell. So, you know, you have a really good chance of making a lot of money on this. So the initial sale price is, let's see, $64.16. Average percent per sale, 74%. Average rebuild total, $16.35. Yeah, that's pretty good. And average 3% rebuild is 23%. That's pretty good. Now, here's something that okay, it's called GRAV. A lot of people don't know what that means. That is gravity, and there's a lot of things that go into that calculation, but it's you know, it's how popular it is, how well it's selling. Now, if this is something that would interest you, it's not bad, but I usually, you know, I like to see all these other things, 75% on the sale. I like to see a reoccurring dollar, you know, amount coming in, and I like to see upsells, because that just means there's more money you can make. But I also really like to see a gravity number over 100. 52 isn't terrible, but it's not great. So let's look. Let's just, you know, going down here. Now here's learn photo editing, view mobile, Photoshop tutorials on how to create professional looking photos and images. Turn your photos into magazine covers by learning the secrets of color grading and photo manipulation. So average sale is $13.21. Not really. It doesn't talk about if there's any upsell or any recurring. And it's got a gravity of 82.16. There again, not really what I would be looking for. Let's try another category. Okay, let's go into health and fitness. Now you want to see something that makes some money. This time of year, it's February, people still have got their they've made their New Year's resolutions, and this is let's see. So what have we got here? This set the weight loss niche on fire. Top affiliate banking, 27,000 plus per day. You make $35, and it just clients transformations alone will sell. Value. Let's see, my best converting fat loss offer ever seen. 3 upsells for maximum dollars. Crushes it on both male and female demo, especially in the 35 plus market. Get creative from weightlossdestroyer.com. Okay, that doesn't sound too bad, and there's an upsell to it. And here it's got a gravity of 161.76. Okay, you're going to find that the weight loss, most of these have got a pretty good gravity. See this next one, 184.49. This one's 111. I mean, and this is what I like to see is a higher gravity number. So old school, new body, highest converting written page on ClickBank Market. And this only pays $19.93, but that's not bad necessarily, because you could have it pays out 75%, and it has a gravity of 240. So I would grab something like that, and so sometimes a low cost offer, you can sell a lot of them. But okay, so just for grins, okay, let's go ahead and let's take one of these. Let's take this last one down here. Okay, it's $19.93. Okay, what you do is you hit promote. Okay, and come up your account nickname. Now, first of all, you've got to go out and get a ClickBank account. That doesn't cost anything, so it's a really good thing to have. Now, you have 2 different links here. So this first link, you can put that pretty much anywhere. It's just a link, and that gives you, it goes back, and ClickBank knows that that link came from you. That way you can get paid. But if you have a web page, or you have a web page you can put something on, then you want to use this second link here. And if you're into the code, this 2D code, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, you can also use that. So you can stick that somewhere, and somebody can scan it, and you will get credit. So you can take this, and you can just copy it, and then close the window. Now, what do you do with it? Okay, you've got a link. Let's just open up Windows, and I've got one here, but let's open up a new window, because I like to put everything in Windows. Okay. I mean, not Windows, but into Word or WordPad or something. So I have it. I don't have to worry about, oh, yeah, I copied it, but then I copied something else and I lost it. Okay, so you want to keep that. Okay, and then the other thing you want to do is on that product. Okay. Okay, you want to go to the product itself and copy this link, you know, so you also have this. Okay. Now, some of the things you can do with that. Okay. So, okay, so you've got your ClickBank link here, and you've got the link to the web page itself. Okay, you don't want to send anybody to that, but what you can do, okay, let's just say you have this ClickBank link. You can go out and you can say, okay, I want to go to Facebook, and I want to put that on Facebook. You know, I just want to take that link and I'm going to just share it on my Facebook page. Well, unless you know how to do that, Facebook isn't going to like you to do that. Okay, they don't want you selling on your page, and so you need to find somebody who's a Facebook expert and get them to show you how to do that. So essentially what I'm saying is you can't you can't just be a things you could do 10 years ago, you can't do anymore. You can't just go out and put this out on Google, or you can't just throw these links out to people and they're not really usable. You know, you can set up, you could send it out to a solo ad. Yeah, you can, but then you've got to pay for the solo ad. Everything, you're going to have to spend some money. And so you've got to be very careful how you're going to spend the money. And the other thing is, if you just send this link out, you don't get the leads. All you get is a paycheck. And that's so you can do this for free. This doesn't cost anything. And if you want to send this out to people you know, email it out to people you know and say, you know, here's this, go through their website and, you know, get some cool wording from the website or off the ad itself, you know, whatever they have. Use that, send that out in email. Okay, so there's a free way of doing that, and you might make a little bit of money. I'm not going to say you won't, but the difference between making a little bit of money and making a whole lot of money is realizing that you're in a business. This is if you want to make $20 a week, okay, fine. You can do that by just sending that link out. But see, you're not building a list. You're not really making a lot of money by doing that, because you're not building a list. All you're doing is just promoting it to some people you know. So you have to take some of the traffic methods that John was talking about. But the first thing you do is you go out, and I'm just going to type this on here because you can see my screen. Okay. You want to go and get an autoresponder. Okay. Now, why do you want an autoresponder? What's an autoresponder? An autoresponder is a way you can capture the information. So instead of sending them to that ClickBank link, you can set up an autoresponder, and you can have them going to the autoresponder, and then you're collecting their information. But before you send them to an autoresponder, then you need, and some of the autoresponders I recommend are like Aweber and Get Response. Okay, so I don't believe in being cheap, because you pay for it in the long run. Neither one of those autoresponders are cheap, but they're good. Okay. The other thing you need to get, because you never want to spend a lot of money on any traffic source until you've actually checked out that traffic source. Now, how are you going to check out the traffic source? You need to buy a tracker software. Okay. Um, yeah, tracker software of some type. Okay. Let's just go tracker. Okay. For some reason, it's not happy. Let's see, in a couple that I have that work really well. Let's see, what was I was going to share that with you. Now, I'm not making any affiliate money on this, but there's another way of making affiliate money, is get on a webinar and walk people through this series of, this how to make money, and then have them, like Aweber and Get Response. I own both of those, and so I could send you an affiliate link, and if you signed up for it, then I would get paid. Same thing with the tracker software. I've got ClickMeter and Quality Click Control, and they both have a tracking software in those. And what you would do is you'd use one of those tracker softwares, and then you would take the URL that you got from the tracker, and you would put that out in your advertising. Okay. And that way it would go into that, which is tied to your Aweber, your autoresponder, and then it would go back to your ClickBank. And so it would follow that. So you would track it. You'd know exactly what kind of return you're getting on your advertising. So as you had the different types of advertising, you'd know which ones were working the best. And so next thing you need to do is, you'd want to go to Lead Pages and get a capture page, because you want to send the capture page is what you want to. Well, let me give you an example. Okay, here's a capture page that I created for one of my opportunities. Now, it's very important how you set up a capture page. You've got to grab people's attention. And there's a couple ways I've done that. We got a lot of, things up here where our advertising has been out on a lot of these in the Atlanta area. The other is how to put an extra $20,000 in your bank account. That usually interests people. Then I've got a picture, and you can't. Okay, if I can't. But here's the picture. Okay, in the center is Donald Trump. Okay, and I'm over here, and this is part of my team. I used to work for Donald Trump, And so it says former Trump associate reveals secret formula to wealth building. Free franchise method to wealth building, fully automated, limited time opportunity. You've got to catch people's attention, but you can't lie. Okay. I actually am, I did work for Donald Trump. There's a picture of me with Donald Trump. I have a system that you put $20,000 in your bank account. And it's like, I want to know now. And it really grabs you. It's like, I want to know now how to do that. So you've got to set up your capture pages so they're very appealing to people. And then, but before you can set any of that up, you've got to go and look for keywords. Now, I used to have a tool, and it was really good, but they quit using it, and then Google actually got a keyword tool that worked really well, and then they've gone to this keyword planner. Okay, and you have to have an AdWords account with Google before you can even use their keyword planner. So it's not free anymore. I mean, it's free because you can get an AdWords account for free, but they're going to want you to set up ads, and the keyword planning tool is, to me, not easy to use. There's but other options are not cheap either. So, look at this. This is $249 a month. But if you have the money, they have extremely good training. They will really work with you. So you can actually, you can get a free, and this is what I was talking about. You want to get something that you can try it for free. And then they have their Premier Consulting, but they are really very helpful too. But, it's expensive. One I would recommend, though, for it's one of the top out there right now. It's the Swiss Made Marketing, and it's called SE Cockpit. Just because I play with airplanes all day, maybe that's one of the reasons I really like this. But it's got some incredible capabilities to it. So you start the keyword search. You can type in a phrase, or this is where that website information comes in. You can put in the website, and you can find what keywords people are putting in to go to that website. That way you can basically be stealing their keywords, or you can see the keywords that are already working. Now we're coming up on an hour, and so if you like what you're seeing, and you'd like us to delve more deeply into this, please let us know, and because I want to keep this at about an hour. So I'm going to go back to Google, and so I can see your face. You can see my face, and I want you to know. So the first part we covered traffic. Second part we just covered affiliate marketing a little bit, but there's so much deeper. But if you're going to get into business, treat it like a business. This is not, there's no push button opportunities out there that actually work. If you have questions, let me know. If, type them in the chat. There was somebody was on the chat last week, wanted to know a little bit about affiliate marketing. So didn't really know how deeply they wanted to go in, but wanted to just kind of cover it really briefly. And it's kind of like a fire hose. There's several $billion that go through the internet, but most people are like, they got a cup and they're standing in front of the fire hose. How much water do you actually get in your cup if you're standing in front of the fire hose with the cup like this, you really don't get any water in it. And what happens is you get knocked down by the blast. And that's what is happening to most people on the internet is they're getting, it's like, well, there's all this money out there. Here, I got my cup. I'm ready. And all they're doing is getting knocked down by the blast. They're not making, and their cup's empty when they pick themselves up. It's like, there's nothing in it, a couple of drops. And it's like, what happened? So what you got to do is you've got to find the pond. And this is true if you're a fisherman or whatever, you find the pond where all the fish are or where the water is, and you take your cup and you dip it in and you get a full cup, and you're not getting blasted. And so knowing how to going where the average person isn't willing to take the time and treat their business like a business, then you really don't have as much competition. So it's easy just to scoop in and grab the money, the water, whatever, however the symbolism here. Just grab some of that money that's in the internet. It's not hard, but you need somebody to kind of guide you along the way, and that's what we're here for. So this is the Roy Harris with Training and Marketing Tools. Please get in touch with us. I'm easy to find on Facebook. Just type in Roy Harris, and I should be the first thing that comes up. First, I'll have one of my dolphin friends there with me, and so it's really easy to find me. So if you have anything you'd like to say, type it in the chat right now. Otherwise, we are off, and we'll see you again next week, 5 o'clock Pacific time. Don't forget. Take care. Good night.